we're back with more Fire Force, right? You guys know how it goes. We'll do a recap, thoughts, and then at the end, we'll give our overall score of the episode. Now, here, you have Burns, right? Standing all high and mighty, right? Standing all high and mighty here, waiting for Shinra and Joker, right? And for good reason, right? Now, I made a video and I was saying how I think Benimaru is stronger than Burns, right? That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think Benimaru is stronger than Burns based off of what everyone says about Benimaru, how he is the strongest captain. Multiple people have said that. But Benimaru also said that Burns will give him a run for his money, right? So I suppose it could go either way, but I figured Shinra and Joker were going to be the ones fighting Burns, and that happens a bit in this episode, but we also get the reason why Burns switched sides, if you will, because the Adola link kind of messed him up, right? It made him lose his faith in the God that he was believing in, and the evangelist showed him another God that he couldn't doubt, right? That's why he switched sides. Now, is it truthful, or does he have another plan in mind? Is he just trying to like swindle them and get on their side to figure out what's really going on, and at the end he's gonna actually say, haha, JK, I was just joking? I don't know, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, but I don't. And he also told the destroyers and, you know, Hamiya that to not get involved when he fights Shinra Joker, to not get involved. He doesn't want them involved. They're gonna have their team go after the rest of the members of the Eighth. Burns just wants to fight Shinra and Joker on his own. And I'm assuming it might be something like, if they defeat him, if they show their actual like conviction and their fortitude and defeat him, then he's gonna just like let them pass or let them go or let Captain Obi go or something like that. I don't know. That's just my speculation. Of all the animes that I've seen, this is just my speculation. I could be wrong, but in this episode, I mean, he's actually packing them up, right? Like, we got some good scenes of Burns, right? We got some good scenes of Burns, you know, packing them up. And Captain Obi, this is not a favorable position for him. Let me just say that. This is not a favorable position at all. I don't think anyone will find joy in this position here. He's pretty much on a cross about to be sacrificed. So yeah, this is not favorable for him. I'd be really surprised if they actually go through with this and get rid of him. If they do, this series will just like jump the ranks of just like throwing everyone for a loop. If they do that, I don't think they will, but they could, right? They could. Not a favorable position for Captain Obi, you know, that's just a terrible position to be in. Let's go to another scene here where we have Joker. You know, I was pleasantly surprised by Joker. I'm gonna be honest. You know, if you look at this, Joker throwing hands. He throwing hands here. Right? He's throwing hands with Burns. And then Shinra comes, gets blocked, and then, you know, Burns starts to pack him up here. Right? Starts to pack him up. Now, the longer Burns stays in his form or fights, is the stronger he gets. Now, I don't know if he gets to his max, can he only stay at that level for a certain amount of time? And then his cooldown phase, is he like incredibly weak? I have no idea. But Burns had some good scenes in this show, right? He is not going to be Voltage Nova is the move here, right? He is not going to be easily defeated, right? I think Shinra and Joker really need to take this seriously, and I don't think they are. For Shinra, mainly because he's confused why Burns is doing this, and he sees Burns as a father figure, right? So he's not going to just go, you know, my life's on the line mode and just fight like that from the beginning. I don't think that's going to happen. Will it happen? I think it's going to need to if they plan to defeat him. Or unless he says, like I was saying earlier, he says something like, okay, well, you guys proving your conviction, whatever, I'm going to step aside. Something like that happens. Those are the only two options I think. Those are the only two options I see that is the only way that they like get past him. Because, I mean, it's Burns, right? And he's doing what he's first captain for a reason. And then, Arthur. I knew this was Arthur. As soon as they hit that bump and they see someone's foot right there, I just knew it. Right? It just knew it was Arthur. Arthur is the comic relief here. And for them not to notice that he fell out until they got to the destroyers, I just knew it was Arthur. I mean, who didn't think this was anyone other than Arthur that fell out of the truck, right? And his foot's just up in the air. So we'll see what role he has to play, but he's going to be so far behind, he probably won't even know how to get there. He's going to get lost. I don't suspect Arthur to show up in this battle. I just don't. I just don't. But I figured this was Arthur. Let's just be honest. Let's go to 1751 here, or 1721, and this is Tamaki taking point, right? She's getting some screen time here. She's getting some development. She's taking point here because Arthur and Shinra aren't there, right? So Shinra had to fall out of the truck for Tamaki to have some development here and show what she can actually do. We know she trained. We know she got stronger. Let's see how much stronger she's gotten, right? And I really like this scene here with Gold. This is a nice scene, right? This is nice. Gold looks badass. You got the rest of the members of the 8th back there just, waiting and about to engage. There's 2 battles going on. There's the 8th versus Gold, and keep in mind there's still 2 destroyers with Gold, and then there's Burns and versus Shinra and Joker. There's also a destroyer there too who hasn't done anything. Now, Burns did say he doesn't want them involved, so I'm confused why the destroyer is still there. Even though he told them not to show up, the destroyer might be there to feed the insect to Captain Obi. I'm not sure, but there's about to be 2 huge fights here, and I'm excited to see how they end. Let me know what you guys think. What fight are you most excited for? Are you most excited for the rest of the members of the 8th versus Gold and the rest of the destroyers, or are you more excited for Joker and Shinra versus Burns? Overall, I guess episode 8. I give it an 8. It went by fast. We learned a lot from it, and there's 2 fights that are about to happen. 2 pretty epic fights that are about to happen. So let me know what you guys think. That's all I have for this one. As usual, keep on keeping on.